Yeah, the work has definitely paid off, and if we are talking about like also paying off for later, I mean, Zomba, a young man who has a very, very bright career ahead of him, and he's piloting Rob, which is one of the characters that it's a good investment, right, to put the time into Rob, and we are opening up here with the gyro and the setups. Like, look at the way that Zomba is able to control the platforms, but also we have the explosive coming in from Roy. Goblin is going to bring a lot of that, and those sub-beasts are showing up right away.
Yeah, the last time these two players played actually was at Genesis, and it was Zomba who took it in a clean 3-0 over Goblin. So I know you were talking about friendly fire with the Roys here, but it's up to Goblin right now to try to carry the torch at the same time.
Oh, that actually saved him. Had that been a spike, or had the rotor arm connected completely, that life would have been forfeit, but instead, here Goblin is getting punished of his own. I love the way that he's able to bait out the landing options from Rob. That body do be very big, but he will still get the punishes right there as Goblin overextends, and the up smash was just an easy call.
You could swing around that sword anywhere you want, pretend like you're in a wave, but when you catch my landing, that's definitely going to work. On the shield, though, that up smash on a shield was definitely going to connect. Very volatile, just taking one stock for one here at the same time, wasting no time if you're looking at Goblin.
Oh, Goblin brute forcing his way right there. Like, Zomba pretty much knew to cover the jump that was coming in, and he still fights his way out of the ledge. Things are looking very even for both of these guys, and the gyro is right there to cover any sort of retreat from Goblin, so he has to look away, and the coverage, I love that with the tech chases. He was waiting, I think, to swing like either side B or forward smash.
And that one time he didn't wait was when you saw Zomba get up with that get up attack, though. The back air, great DI, 112, though he gets sniped. He hits the gyro right back, but even though he tries to go for a low recovery, the robo arms, they come out and they swing like they don't care.
Oh, they definitely don't care, and here, someone knew to still cover that position, so like the way that Goblin has been recovering, he's just gonna fight to the death, so Zomba has to swing for the fences as well, and talking about swinging for the fences, the jab into the back air, just bringing things right back to even.
Bear's gonna catch him on the platform a little bit. I love the slowdown in gameplay. Managed to parry the gyro to get closer. But Zomba has also just been waiting to see what Goblin's been trying to do here.
In waiting no more as Goblin just straight up approaches, and they're breaking the zone, but Zomba with the immediate response, of course, pretty much doubling the percent. Here, the next up B, that's the Goblin special for sure, just making sure to cover that. It does have involved frames on the ground, so he's gonna able to abuse some of that. The backer to make his landing a little easier. So much active frames on that move and avoiding the laser. Quite interesting position. Goblin knows what he cannot punish. That up B was looking a little safer, a little unsafe after parry, but no more here punish for him. Just catching landing one more.
Yeah, that's why we saw him retreat to the platform after that up B too, even after the parry here. Managed to have that blaster to send him off to the side so that way he can recover safely. Gonna Zomba though, trying to find the opportunity, sends out the gyro, talking about covering spacing, but you catch that, you send it right back as the alley-oop, and Goblin is gonna be trying to contest by the ledge with an air, but great spacing. He avoids getting grabbed there.
Yeah, the arms were looking a little too tiny. Goblin working on a ledge trap here, and the next using Rob's own tools against him. Oh, this is looking very crazy. Let's see if Goblin gets it, and he will with the upper covering the platform. Just so many options covered by the ledge, and the fact that he was able to use the gyro to help himself cover those options, or even threaten the fact that he could throw it off stage. Like Zomba had to be on his toes, and in the end, he will just pick the wrong option for landing by the
And the matchup
glitch.
awareness there too, understanding that the gyro was to his back, and in the case that Zomba wanted to get a setup going, he could just grab the gyro instead, use it to his own advantage. But something else that I also liked what Goblin did there was, instead of contesting Zomba while Zomba was in the air with those up airs on top of the platform, he ended up using it below the platform, so that way he could force Zomba to not only avoid the platform, but also force out a landing where he could punish it off to the side instead center stage. Yeah,
very smart from Goblin as well. And same layout, but much smaller ground here. Zomba, he had a good whiff, it feels like, at the way that Goblin was trying to approach, but Goblin somehow still managing to just, again, brute force his way into the defenses of Zomba, and he's swinging once again, and just the way that he's very smart about his recoveries, he knows when he can overextend and the way that he can recover, and that maybe Zomba is not going to be ready for it, and so far he hasn't.
Yeah, he really has, and you can see with these nairs too, he's just completely ignoring that gyro. Not a problem at the same time. He's just been having Zomba up in the air, juggle like it's a circus, out of the parry, taking the stock, barely taking much percentage overall, other than that 46%, but still, he was playing that so comfortably with that falling up air, still racking up that damage.
Este hombre está en fuego. Goblin definitely playing with fire right here. Zomba looking completely outpaced, and no coverage by Ledge, just taking his lucky stars for that. But again, he just jumps and goes for an aerial. He's not afraid of Rob, even though Zomba has been threatening that same area.
Because he's a thick boy. He's robotically thick at the same time, but that means that he's got a big hurtbox here too. The up air now. Love the patience, and love the fact that he could drift back a little bit with that side B here too. He's waiting patiently by the ledge, but the gyro's going to snipe him, say, what do you think you're going to be doing here, as Zomba manages to make it back to center stage.
Zomba had to bust out all the tricks. He's right there with the gyro to be able to make it back, and the ledge is being covered by the top. And of course, the down tilt, so good, reacting with the dash attack, very good tool. Let's see if we are able to catch some of that as well. No dice with up smash, but different smash on the down direction, and that will take the stock. But immediately, this man is not slowing down Goblin. Up one full stock.
You gotta swing it. You gotta swing it now, and while you're up an entire stock, we know what Zomba's been able to do before in the past, especially when trying to keep Goblin by the ledge. Look at the respect, though. Both players holding shield. Zomba recognizing that Goblin's been doing these falling up airs a lot, especially by the platform, so he didn't want to take any chances.
He didn't want any of that. And just, still, I have to point out the way that Goblin has been almost seemingly making it back into ledge every time that he's upstage.
Yeah.
And just Zomba, even though he has the options to cover that, he's not finding the right timing for it. And this has been consistent. The damage, the way that he's been able to keep Zomba by the air and just extend his punishes, Goblin playing incredible.
Yeah, Zomba actually not really being able to get too much of the gyro setup by the ledge, but you get the tech and you get the side B. He calls you out on the platform, and looks like Goblin's trying to speed run through this, because we are now up 2-0 so far in favor for Goblin.
Oh, you're going to tech, you are dead. Like, I believe, like, he landed even in a way where even if he teched back,
it would have scooped him up anyway, because he's so big.
Yeah, he definitely is.
The robotic
that
thickness.
The robotic thickness. I love that term. But no, perfect coverage there from Goblin. It just shows so much experience that he actually has in this matchup. And I mean, it always comes into play, and we are a few years into the game as well. So he's expected to have fought many Robs. But not only that, like, of course, his own region has plenty of that to offer. So, I mean, he is going to be no stranger. And Zomba just swinging his head. He knows he could be doing better.
He knows, and hopefully it doesn't let him get tilted here too. Zomba's a really solid player overall. Get the nair. Look at that. He has come. He has chosen violence. He tries to get the follow-up off the gyro and maybe wants to look for an opportunity to try to get an early downer spike, but isn't going to be given to him on a silver platter, as Goblin now is going to try to recover off that top platform. But you see the extension, not only with the up tilt, but with the up air too, coming in from Zomba.
Oh, brilliant. Get up attack as well, and finally covering that. The down smash hitting it right where he needed it. But, like, this is the thing. Like, whenever Zomba gets something going, Goblin seems to be ready to answer right away, and that was just... he just took his hands off the controller. What happened there? He saw him charging, and he still landed right in front of him.
It was right on cue. It's because you wrote the script out here, Roy, and he had to follow up with it at the same time. He gets hit by that gyro, tries to follow him off to the stage here, but managed to clutch right back to the ledge. See him re-grabbing these gyros, trying to actually rack up some of this damage, but this is what we want to see more. More of these gyro potential setups by the ledge here.
Yeah, abuse the fact that Roy has to actually approach, and of course Rob still has excellent CQC tools, but Goblin has been mitigating all of that so far. Nice, finally, he's been catching on to the fact that he's just swinging back in, right? So Goblin has to be a lot more careful as far as his recoveries go.
And not trying to overextend here too, just waiting for Zomba to land here, waiting for him to have the opportunity to get an up air, but instead it's going to be Zomba answering back with his own up air right underneath the stage, forcing Goblin to give some respect, but he gets that grab. Look at the patience, the pressure, not even landing on that platform, but literally jumping around it while Zomba's stuck in shield.
He went fishing, and he almost caught the big fish. And here, same punish. He's just getting the reads, is swinging for the fences right there with the forward tilt. He's going to get it, and of course he was going to get the top. And finally, Zomba getting that and bringing us into a last stock situation. This could be the potential last one for his winner's bracket.
Yeah, I mean, Goblin is right now at match point, up 2-0 currently. Zomba sees the opportunity, is trying to play patiently, dashes back to find the opportunity to get that grab, gets a second grab at that, setting him on the top of the platform. Trying to catch him with the gyro, maybe if Goblin wanted to go for a low recovery.
This is clutch time for Zomba, but look at that. Who's clutching up is Goblin with these swings. Finally, though, putting that very precarious position, but he was ready for the laser as well, and the parries to complement. That is perfect, just bringing it back to even, and look at that. Goblin is now in the lead.
This is crazy here. At the same time, you can see Zomba going in for some of these high recoveries, but he is intimidated. He's trying to find a way to avoid Goblin, but off of that parry, off that jump into the back air, you aren't going to go anywhere.
Oh my god, and that was the setup before the one that we saw in the earlier game, because Zomba knew at that point, you take on the platform, you are dead. Like, he put the fear of God into him. And then he just went, oh, I have to fast fall through the platform, get my jab, get my backer, done.
He just couldn't even land. Yeah, every single time he tried to land around Goblin, Goblin was right there to follow up. And not only that, there was time for Goblin would just jump, empty hop, wait to see what Zomba would do, and then either patiently reset or try to hit him.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like that unnecessary pressure there.
Damn.
That Zomba felt like he was under.
Oh, that was a showing.
That was
showing. Insane stuff coming from Goblin there. All the experience showing up, and you also have to point out the fact that